Hi there everyone, this is me. This time we were doing the camera setup for another show, another thing, and I decided to, pop in the lower left corner so I can have a little avatar down here in the screen. This is me watching the production video. This is me watching the game. I hope this works. Um, let's go. I don't know what number we are. I think we're number 9, something like that. And I think I might need to shut down this light because it's a bit too much on my face. I don't know how it's shut down. Oh yeah, that works. See it too many times and it works. Yeah, less proper lighting, but that's okay. Oh, that's weird. The little thingy is not on sync, the recording thingy, so it creeps me out. But that's it. I'm not gonna be seeing it while we do what we came here to do. Okay, so let's go for it. The last thing we did in last video was setting up this little sector, which comes with copper and iron and plastic, and gives us a line that produces chips, and then we're gonna build another line that produces advanced chips, the red ones. I was looking also at the last chapter at the control of red. When there's less than 100, we let it in. That is kind of like an injection. And as you can see, the number stays low until it gets mixed in. And then it blocks again. I said it blocks again. 100 blocked. And it starts accumulating. I mean, this one was blocked. And the reason why it continues to go up is because we are only measuring the first intake band, and the 41 on top of 100 that you see here are the ones that were found in the feedback band. As you can see, this one is intermittently blocking the path to new items in the band because the limit of 400 is achieved. I think that I'm gonna lower it even a little bit more to 350. No, that's okay. It's good the way it is because it also stops the feedback intake. So it is essentially assuring us that there will be 500 elements from here up until on the lower right corner splitter. And that is the idea, to be fully supplied but at the very same time not saturated. That's okay. Let's try it like that. We have finished the module, so there's a higher motivation. Oh, I remember. The one other thing I wanted to do last video was to bring the iron to these iron plates to fortify the production of chips. Elsewhere. There we go. So now both steel intakes are gonna feed the local, and then I'm gonna go ahead and fill the later chip production facilities. We are not sending the copper again from here. That copper is only being used in this location. We are just sending the steel. The copper of the main copper intake pad is totally passed through the local red bottle creation, but also sent forward to the new base. It'll take a while for it to fill up the line, especially considering that we might have a greater consumption than what this particular copper intake can produce. We can extend a bit this line and perhaps add a new copper intake that will reinforce the chip production. Now, with modules finished, what is next to do? Our desired module is the green one, because that's kind of like the first that will help us get in control of pollution. So this efficiency module, which takes 50 bottles to 50 research packs to produce, will let us cut up to 80% of our energy expense or pollution expense. I mean generation, especially on the drills. So that's why it is so important. So let's go ahead and start that production of red chips, because it's going to be entirely necessary. So the red chip factory is going to work like this. It requires plastic, copper, and electronic circuits. Copper cable and electronic circuits. So we're going to create like a more spaced line so that we can have 2 intake lines per resource. What does this mean? We ignore the back, if you may, to cluster it up. And do something like this. There needs to be more space. Okay, so we need some more steel plates. We can take them from here. Okay. So this is it. The red chip facility for now, all that it needs to do is to empty to a box. There we go. So now we will see how this structure is able to produce. How do we need to increase the resource basics that are required by it to continually work, and what is the production volume we can attain with it. Our efficiency module continues to be researched almost to completion, so that's a win. And we still have no encroachment from the bug hives in the, I mean, closer to our bases. Like they remain put. So let's go ahead and see what's our next technology. Deciders and circuit networks are very useful, but they are a little bit expensive, and they are, at this very moment, I don't see any use for them. Like, I don't need them right now. We are eventually going to go to space, but before we go to that kind of preoccupations, I would like to open the next science pack, since that's an absolute necessity to continue developing the base. It's not just chips, but chips are essential part of it. Now, to generate these desired efficiency modules, we require electronic circuits of both types, the basic green ones and the red ones. So we can continue this dynamic. Where we use our main factory chips for more than one purpose. We need more steel. We can see right now that copper has run out very quickly. So that means, I mean, it was obvious because we had no real ramping up of production. We were just, how can I say this? Hey, we can do this thinner. How? We just feed through the main pad. Like this. I mean, this is already kind of a works in cell, right? I'm not gonna put anything else on it. So there we go. Excellent. So we need more bronze intake. I would like to copy this one here. Okay. How is the train going? All good. Halfway through. Plastic full. Almost nothing in the tank, but the boxes are continually being filled. How is this one doing? Also nothing in the tank, but fuel keeps on accumulating. On the main pad we only have this little bit of how much has not yet been like saturated. On the secondary pad, whoopsie, I should not remove those things. The chemical science pack. Laser, that's a good one, but we also need this one. So this is our main goal. Just to be more efficient. Well, main goal with technology on blue layer. As of now, we can let our science manufacturing entities continue doing their job and accumulating flasks for future research. Seems pretty okay. All good here. Lots of bricks. Ovens seem to be working at full power, full speed. Let's see how the counters have stabilized after a while of operating in its latest configuration. For example, in here we see that it's been for a while on 10, and we get almost triple that on the band. This is 100, and this seems to be pretty well managed. So if we know there's like 22 stones and 100 copper, that leaves us with 230, something like that. That should be iron ore. So for now what we've seen is iron plates seem okay, system is backed up, we are already starting to see some degree of storage limits. We are actually connecting this, hoping for a bullet saturation in the little box. Like, we could always limit the amount of cells we use with this, but it's just too good a measure. A good box of bullets is something you will make come in handy. Like in real life, I'm just kidding. So there we go. Steel and steel and steel, and we need more copper processing. Now I will actually make a direct copper feed that skips this and that uses the standard splitting strategy we have come accustomed to, mainly because I'm lazy. Now this is a very high, I mean, this may be the main usage for when it comes down to what copper is for. Like, I don't know how much of it is gonna go in these little wirings, but believe me, most of it. So instead of trying to strain the main system, which was kind of done with another function in mind, which is kind of like distributing evenly among multiple entries so that all process can be taken care of with certain degree of security, and letting the copper being used by any of its clients in this pad before it is sent to make chips, that's perfect for this set of requirements right here. But once the resources have been processed and potentially used in this sector, they need to pass on. And if we try to push the amount of bronze we're going to require here through some feature in here, I mean, it's not impossible. But let's just give it what it requires. The steel is coming in good amounts through the bottom, the structure. So let's just feed it from the top structure, the copper it requires. Now, for that I have to decide a fuel. I'm obviously going to use the more advanced this one, right? What is it called? Solid fuel, just that. So how are we gonna go about this? We're gonna need some ovens. I think that since we haven't researched the next ones, are we not gonna wait? We're gonna use only basic ovens. Furnace, stone furnace, not ovens. I'm sorry, coming from you now. Absolute ignorance on the subject. So we get some stone. Some like what? Yeah, 10 seems reasonable. What do you say? Why so many? Oh, I did say it's copper hungry, didn't I? Now, is there any fancy way to get a hand to pick things from there for me? Oh, I need more steel. Sorry, just excuse me 1 second. Okay, we are back. What were we in? Oh yeah, I was thinking of if there was a smart way to, you know, just grab from the existing line, not creating a new one. That's not a problem to make a new one. Just wondering if it's possible at all. Mm. So the idea would be long inserters. They will need to live on the wall. No, not possible. I could push the wall one block away. As a misclick. Okay, something like this. So we take this one, 5, 6, 7, 8. So you do this, and you put an open. Something like this. And we get 10 of them. We go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We want a 10. 9, 10. Okay. Where are my ovens? Oh, in my hand. There we go. Beautiful, isn't it? So we have these 10 ovens ready to feed the hungry mouths of the chip production industry. Oh, was a misclick, sorry for that. There. Okay, ready, set, go. I mean, obviously we're gonna ramp up the copper mines because simply it's necessary now that we have ensured that its output is properly administered. Like, thanks to what we've done, we cannot have excess copper in the system, nor in the main pad, nor here, because there's no way to stack this up more than what it should be. I can do this as well. It's a good way to get some done fast and start processing this copper ore. That reminds me that we have to, keep the coal under control. Or that one might block the system if it gets too Too high. Carrying mode. Oh, not so much coal as expected. Okay, so we are doing vanilla Factorio, and I am here. Hi. I just decided that I have to keep on giving it a shot, going ever further, getting accustomed to the future. You know that shit. Bless you! Someone sneezed back there. So we would have to. Oh no, what I've done. Yeah, repaired. So we will now set the output of these little machines. There we go. Beautiful, isn't it? Now we have copper, guys, as much as you want. I mean, obviously we can speed that up with better or more. No, better. Let's do better. Okay, I need some steel bars. Oop. Closing the door. Okay, back on track. There we go. It seems that we have a healthy flow of copper wire all the way to the last red chip producer. So we are happy about the current state of affairs. So what should be next? Thanks to the fact that now we have red and green chips production, we can jump right into one of our main objectives, which are the efficiency modules. These guys are gonna keep us efficient. I'm sorry. Let's go for it. Now, I might not want to keep on going up. I'm gonna pull left. And we're gonna require quite a bit of padding. So we're gonna need more steel. Perhaps I can take advantage of iron, of the ones that are already built. Like, I don't want to take the inserters. Oh yeah, I can take them, fuck it. I can use all these little pads. Might not need that many, but let's just take them for now. Okay. Now I also want to pick these guys and these guys. Since we are doing more steel now, I think that we are ready to... More iron. I think we're ready to start taking a stockpile of this, but I still don't want 100, so I'm gonna keep just 50 of each. Okay, no, not down. It's too much of a turnaround, like having to run around for safety. Let's go over the top. Yeah, you know, safety, you don't want to get crushed by your own train. I'm not gonna get tired of saying it. At some day it might happen and I will be sad and you will see it. Okay, we're ready to go. We're gonna turn left. Brand new brave world of chips. How safe are we here? Yes, not safe at all. We started killing trees. Oh, damn. We are already at an astonishing, what is it, 158, 136, 300 pollution. The denser pollution areas are obviously over here. I bet the dead trees are gonna start seeing in this, for example. Not sure which others, but there's a few. We are getting there. We're getting there, guys. Just bear with me. I mean, we cannot go zero pollution, but we can get real close. Um, not real close. I'm being unrealistic. Just not obscenely polluting. I mean, that's as much as I can offer right now. Sorry. And at some point, I was thinking that we could actually, like, just go to another planet where there's no life, and you can like chill. You know, you're not competing. You're like literally pioneering life over there. Perhaps not pioneering, but if there was life and there's no longer life, you're giving the land a second chance. Okay, so let's start with the thing. You. Oh, beautiful. And since you never know, you know, why not? So this thing is gonna help us get the efficiency models up. It's gonna consume our production. At least red chips are going through nice and dandy. What is going on? Oh, look at this. Weird happening. Okay. I miscalculated this one. So I would have to fix it by adding another. There we go. 8 splitters, marvelous. Okay, now we have the established flow finally, all the way from here to the efficiency chips. Now, if we think about our efficiency chips, we need a lot of them. For example, it's in the power where we can check it. We have 21 electric mining drill. Each one of them can fit 3 modules. So that's what, 63? We have 13 assembly machines. If we do no more as of now, those can only fit 2, so that's 28. 63 plus 28 is 80, 91. This one fits 3, so that's 97. This cannot fit models. This can fit 2, 1. I'm not sure. I don't think they can, but we'll upgrade them. So that's almost 40 new models. I already lost the count. So it's over 100 and something. This can fit 3. This can fit models, but they're not really worth it. Like very low power, very low pollution. Well, when it comes down to efficiency. So we are aiming for about less than 150 chips for the current size of our factory, right? Well, they are very good. I'm going to limit the production to something like 300 chips. 50 per stack. 6 stacks. Just because you never know, like... I mean, we're going to need many more than that. but I don't think we have used to having a great stockpile because it does take a while between tech jump and tech jump to to be of use, and you can entirely transform your industry as you require it on the way there. Now we're far away enough, perhaps, to justify a new a new radar. We believe we can manage power-wise. So let's set it one more step towards the foes from the line below. There we go. How close are we? Oh, we can do another one. Sorry for that. As you, well, no, I'm not gonna go there yet. Okay, we can go another one. Yeah, definitely. Especially since we have a bunch of bullies that are gonna actually take their land, and you know, you know. So I don't know why I'm saying. Oh yeah, power is just for show. No, it's just because we will install the radar, and it looks cool. In some setups, you have a weapon feeder, but let's say that unless there is like a very active enemy on the other end of that wall, then we shouldn't concern ourselves with that. There we go. Now we have sneak peek into the neighbor's base. So let's see what they've got. They've got a bunch of small biters, biter spawner, evolution factor 0.17. Okay. To be honest, I'm not sure what some of those values mean. Like, for example, contribution to nearby attacks, adherent evolution factor 17. What's that? Well, this is just to monitor, to shield ourselves from backslash. Perhaps I should add a couple more turrets to be honest. And a bit of wall. You know, just because. I know that bit of wall is too much of a bit of wall. I will return to take care of this later. Perhaps after the first skirmish or something like that. Now, the first 60 of these are the most important because they are the way we're going to reduce our highest impact industry, which is mining. I want to produce all the chips and apply them at once so that you can like witness the power change. And our rate of production seems adequate. I mean, it's not too much of an ask. I like the way this shows me that the flow control is working and it's like stopping the intake. And I feel it's like thickly populated, but at the very same time, it is not saturated. I mean, it leaves the right mobility for the products. If we look at our steel and iron production and consumption, copper and iron, we can see that it has been having a steady growth. And I believe that, well, this, I'm not sure what I did here. I think there was like a copper saturation with extra sources. And we are achieving that was, and also copper iron saturation. But in here we're achieving the same in a steady pattern, or that would be my expectation. I mean, this was the previous saturation, and this was its consumption, and this was the previous production. Right now, we can top a production at 327. So we might actually like start seeing this line fall behind. But anyhow, I mean, we can react to things as it becomes necessary or obvious that we need to react to them. Now, let's go back to the chip count. And also, let's check science first. We have 206 green bottles and 179 and 326 red bottles. I believe that we might need another green one. We might actually like take this one off here. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Well, yeah, let's set the blue one. We will provide blue ones to this so that they go faster. And we will... What is going on? We're missing something here. Why are we missing something here? Because there's not enough steel production. Unsurprising. Anyhow, we will get there when we get there. What we're doing is not useful. You can continue to be what you were. I won't change things so quickly that I cannot think about them. It happens and it's hurtful because you do what you've done for no reason. So, back to the iron processing. We can tell that there's a lack of iron in here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to reduce the flow of iron from here to there, since the one on top seems to have it covered, and then I will check how to work this out. So how many chips we got? How many chips we got? We got 29 chips. How many did it say did we require? No, it was on electricity table. 60. So 30 is half. Let's go ahead and do half. No. Let's wait. Be patient. I guess I can be a little less patient and get this faster by doing more of this. And I can do a couple myself. How's this looking? I wanted to improve the how can I call this? The speed of the inserters, because they have more potential production than that. More production potential than that. Let's take some steel. Iron. I always confuse them. So for example, we can do this. And this guy is gonna like push through much more. A greater production, it just becomes faster. Because the production time of the thing is actually very slow. It produces 3 per second. I'm sorry, very fast, 3 per second. But you need to ensure that it has no plaques to continue producing. So for example, I could actually like set it on the last one, right? The idea is to set him on all of them, but you can tell that for each trip that the one above makes, how many does the blue one make? Like 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So it makes 3 deliveries in the time that a standard uh, handler makes one. Actually looks nice. Now we know we can do endless bronze, and we don't really have a reason to scale down on this. These small upgrades are the things that can turn a very calm factory into a crazy place with very high volumes. It's not just the inserters, there's also the chips that we haven't got to. On top of the efficiency chips, there are speed chips and other type of chips. We will get to them after everything is chipped up for um, chipped up for efficiency, and then we can, like, when we require it, focus a certain uh, industry or sector range where we need to speed things up, and that's that. Normally it's a matter of, oh, I'm starting an industry, I might want to make everything fast so that we get to a point where um, we fill up our buffers or stocks, and then I run and turn into efficiency mode so that the preservation part of this is satisfied as well without high energy being invested. Now I need copper. Red inserters are fast, but they don't have a faster version. The objective is to ensure that the factories are like going on 100% of the time, and that you have like leftover input material, because otherwise you will quickly run out of it, and you must like channel the overflow to the next industry, and at the very same time provide the requirements for the next industry at the next stage. I mean, and this has to adapt to your source patches, because where they are is relatively, it's permanent upon discovery, I would say, or they already exist like that in the world. If you think about it, we have a seed. So if anybody else can go ahead and play that seed and play it on the same game, this is decided from the moment the world is created. Every world is already known from the moment the seed is created. Or if it's not known, it is calculatable in a deterministic manner from that seed. Amazing. I mean, this is just inspiring. I would love to be able to do something in this range. But anyhow, we are what we are. We got what we got. So we got our chip going. I got the green ones. And we have got all the way to 47. Yay, we're really close to our goal. And I believe I can take some green chips because they are obviously dying to give them away. Now, let's keep on at it. 47. Yay, we got enough. Let's go. Look at this, guys. Efficiency modules. We've got amazing 780 kilowatts of extraction power being spent right now. Let's only focus on this. There's been some slow pikes, I guess, because we stopped the copper miners while there is like an overflow in the system. So, I'm sorry, it's clicking here. Okay. 1.5 megawatts at full strength. Okay. And then we go and see pollution. Pollution. 100. It has only scaled up, but lately it has been sitting at 100, 209, 146. Okay, let's do the efficiency. Whoop, 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 whoop. You just control click. Whoop, whoop. Each one of these modules reduces energy consumption and pollution by 30%. And there is a limit, an upper limit of 80%. So you try to apply 90 and it gets like 80. But that's okay. What we've done, it's been expensive, but if we go ahead and look at the power charts, we will discover that our factories have gone down from being the top expander to just expanding 324 kilowatts. That was 1.5 megawatts at some point. So these factories have essentially reduced 80% their energy consumption and 80% their pollution creation. So if we go to the other chart, the pollution chart, ta-da! This is the way it looked like, and this is the way it's looking now. Like we already lost in the 1 minute chart the steep decline, but in the 10-minute chart we have it clearly here from 188 to 37. So that's gonna get us on the good sides of all the locals. Not obviously not, but at least we're gonna like be less annoying and contribute less to their growth and attempts to murder me, which is okay. I would attempt to murder me if I was them. So let's go. We still have a lot of things to make efficient. Our next goal, as you can see in the pollution chart, is, oh yeah, unfortunately the ovens cannot be made efficient, but I think that the next one would be the pump jacks, and there were only 9 of them, 6 of them, I don't remember. 6, so that's 6 times 3, 18, 17. Oh, we're ready to go. That will also reduce their production 80%. We're gonna manually take the train, like it's too far away to run. Beautiful being able to take your own train wherever you're going. Well, the stations you built before. Oh, the vanity. Oh my god, so fast. It rounded up with strength. Okay. There we go. Successfully made efficient by 80%. Let's get out of here. Off you go. Now, what's next? First, let's check power consumption. We have on top the assembler nows, because 18 of them, not a lot, 1.5 megawatts, but that could become 400 kilowatts, something like that. Drills at, I guess, full potency still consume a 1 megawatt, or perhaps we're looking at a time frame too long. Yeah, 1.3 megawatts. So that's okay because we continue to produce the ships, and well, as you can see, the steam engines are not able to satisfy our production overnight. Let's go ahead and add a couple of steam engines. Okay, so we're moving this to set it up in a slightly less inconvenient place. Then this turret also has to go. Now we just give one space. We add a boiler. Then we do the same with the next slot. Another boiler. Boiler, 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 boiler. Then we add the steam engines. There we go. Let's normalize the position of that. There we go. And now the fuel inserters. There we go. So this is just so that at nighttime we are still able to produce the electricity required to the full for the full operation of the factory, or for the operation of the factory at full power. There we go. So what's next? Oh, this is just because I saw one of these and saw that the power was not being satisfied overnight. So that's that. We should be ready to go. We will see back to the chips production, and we should start taking a look at the next research. 345, 280, 478. Okay, I think we can stop this one. Now let's let it go. What's the problem? We just generated the research to be able to do this. This is what I should focus on. But while that is done, what is on the green red that I can still make use of? I do want both chips. They are very good. The oven is necessary for progression. Furnace. Oh, this is so expensive. Not working with quality yet. It's something for the planet. Next armor set. What do the weapons open up to us? Well, we do require it to get to laser eventually. And the multi-inserter. I'll set it up on the queue because, it's useful even if not required for right now. We are having this problem where the real limit is this one because of the gear wheels. So we are improving the quality of this place, both in input and output, processing and output. So we should quickly see this restore itself, thanks to the speed of this input. If this goes back to normal, we should be able to spot it. We are gonna do something alike with these ones. That means What was that? Let it flow so that the combined strength pushes through and make sure it's completely satisfied. Okay. So we might actually end up doing the next oven type as soon as the technology is ready to increase the steel intake. All three are cooperating for the main goal. We might have a slowdown, but we won't have a stopping of our technology production. For now, we will look into creation of blue chips. The creation of efficiency chips is like quite underway, and we should be focusing into replacing the factories for the more advanced ones. Yeah, the basic factory does not have model slot, so we definitely have to upgrade them. Well, let's start with yourself. There we go. Made efficient. So you, so you, so you, so you. We have how many left? 6 more. None of here can be made efficient. I guess I'm gonna go for the science generation buildings. Oh, well, let's go for this too. And let's go for this one, which is obviously important. Okay, we are continuing on that path. So now we want to do the chemical science pack. That's why we need the sulfur for. We have to decide which intake is the one we're gonna like take this from, the one for plastic or the one for fuel. It's a good conundrum. I mean, fuel seems to be entirely satisfied. If you look at it, the 50% split that comes from the main line is able to keep satisfied the fuel for the ovens all the way up to until here. Like, this is as much as it is missing to completely fill it up at a current rate of production. The fuel inserter says there's like fewer than 10, I mean a little bit over 10, 12 in the band, and everything seems to be properly fueled. I mean, this seems to be a good rate of fuel providing, feeding, intake, whatever. We do get some all the way down here, and we do have some on the turnaround. So that means it is entirely satisfied over there. This same band is feeding the copper lines, which we need to strengthen. And this same line is feeding all the boilers, which by the way also are storing and are about to fill a box. So this guy is perfectly fine. The guy over here has not yet filled its boxes and has consumed entirely of the provided fuels. What I want to say with this is I'm going to use more plastic than what is filling those 3 boxes right now. So I would go ahead and take from this side rather from the other side. Now, once I have decided that, let's go. What is it required to make this sulfuric thing? Water and gas. Where's my water line? Here. So I can like continue to push it here and get it down here. Let's go. Okay, productivity. Pipe. Okay, more pipe. Let's wait for more pipe. We need steel. I'm sorry, I meant iron. You can keep this. Oh, nobody uses coal anymore. Okay. Not sure. So we are pulling in the water. We want to make this sulfuric acid. It requires only water and petroleum gas. So how to install it? I am gonna take a pipe out of this thing, like right here, and I'm going to install there the chemical plant, sulfuric acid input, vertical sweep, a couple tubes, 3 to be exact, one for here, and one for here. And then we don't need this line for the moment. There we go. We got a sulfuric acid plant that only needs to be powered. Bam. And now the sulfuric acid plant is gonna start filling us with the stuff. But where is it gonna be used and how? The next thing we want to produce is what? I guess sulfuric acid and I guess battery, right? So sulfuric acid can be done in the plant in the opposite side. Like if I power it from somewhere else, no train stop. So funny. There we go. So now we just need steel. Steel. Iron, I meant, sorry, again. There we go. So iron plates are sent used along with um, sulfur, and then we turn that into sulfuric acid, and then we turn that into batteries. There we go. So that's gonna be in output batteries for the longest while. What else do we require? Okay, don't have anything pending there. Obviously, the target science thing. We're already producing the batteries here, the sulfuric acid, sulfur. We already got the efficiency module, production module, and speed module. Laboratory, we have done this. Okay, we're only missing some batteries to build accumulators. And that's that. Have the car, the light. We have used every item in this list, except for the cargo wagon of the train and the stop signals of the train as well. So that's that. This one is going to be making batteries for me. Oh, it requires a little bit of bronze. Guess what? We don't need a hand, we need a splitter. No, you can't break the pattern. Thank you. There we go. Off. Now, as you can see, we should be increasing our intake of metals. And that's why when and where the new oven that is coming is handy, because I think it uses the same width. I hope it does, and that will let us like improve our speed of plate intake without changing the hardware setup. Now, this is only one part of the thing. We will just double up the production by going symmetrically on the other side and pushing it backwards. I'll give you an example. He's gonna go ahead and copy this. Nope, entirely. Like from here, only the bronze one. Here we go. And we rotate. And we match height, just because. There we go. Now we produce the requirements. I think those are 3 ovens. I think we use a few long hands. So, yeah. This is a long, 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 short, short, short outputs. Yeah, being moved by the bands. There's a way to stop it if it's too annoying. I can deal with it. Oh no, missed. Okay, you're just missing one box here and some fuel. You're only getting a bit. Yeah, you already started getting normal fuel, normal feeding. So this is gonna like just increase our ability to process copper. It should double it. And oh my god, I've gone over time, 1 hour 16. We're gonna wrap it up from here and we're gonna get back to it in a little bit. We had the 100 copper limit, we might need to raise it, and we shall see the composition intake as it comes. As you can see, we are mostly mineral with a few blocks of fuel in there. We will need to transport this coal out. We can see that the bronze is perfectly strong here. That's good. Train stop and will be stopped for a while. We can see that, yeah, there is like a fuel issue, as you can see. Like it's no longer as plentiful as it used to be. But that is okay. We will bear through it. Mostly thanks to the fact, no, we're not gonna bear through it. We're gonna have to do something about it. But anyway, we will deal with that in our next chapter. Thank you for tuning in. Be back with you. And let me save the game. Yeah. Bye-bye.